My name is Steve Milo. My wife and I own a few homes on the island of Venice, including one at 405 Villas. The reason I'm here is obviously Mr. Slaughter's memorandum. And I wanted to make some points since there's been some public discussion, specifically of some of the rental properties I own. First, Mr. Slaughter's memorandum addresses that the primary complaint of the residents of Venice is that out-of-town tenants often create an unacceptable amount of disruption, noise, trash, traffic, and other misdeeds incompatible with homeowners' expectations for single-family districts. I think facts are very important here if we're going to make accusations. If the concern is noise, trash, or parking, which I certainly don't tolerate, then I would expect that there would be factual information in terms of documenting that those abuses are being created by short-term transient rentals. As I've written to members of the council in the past, I personally do not tolerate guests in my rentals who violate trash, noise, or parking laws. I also have an extremely strongly written guest agreement reviewed by a Florida state real estate attorney. It functions under Section 405 of the statute and allows immediate removal for abuses. 509 of the statute, immediate removal of abuses of ordinances of noise, trash, or parking laws. It is very clear in my leases and my agreements, and even in my print and website advertising, that this is not a place to come if you're going to violate laws of noise or trash or parking. I advertise that this is a place for families. It's a peaceful environment. These are homes in residential neighborhoods, and I attract families who obey the laws. And I would say to the council that I agree with Golden Beach in the sense that if there are issues of trash, noise, or parking, and those are their concerns, as I'm a resident of Golden Beach as well, then let's work together on those rules and strengthen and clarify those rules and make certain if there are concerns that are legitimate that they're addressed, because I personally want to know if there is a problem. Second point I'd like to make is that according to a Tribune, Sarasota Tribune Herald article, 40% of all vacation rentals occur in the state of Florida. Tourism is an important part of the state, and I think of the city of Venice. I certainly pay a lot of money in transient sales tax. Actually, my guests pay it, and I file it for them. Historically, I believe that the city of Venice has been a balance of residents and vacation renters. And I think that Mr. Slaughter's recommendations seems to pander to a very narrow segment of the community. And I think that this is an area that really needs to be thought out because of the value of tourism and the value that bringing in guests to the city allows in terms of revenue to businesses, revenue to taxes, and bringing people down here who ultimately, as some of my guests have done, have decided to purchase a house and live here.
You have 1 minute.
Third thing is, I'm a big believer in property rights. Private property is one of the cornerstone of the unique freedoms we have in the U.S. Changing zoning laws to restrict rental rights is a property rights taking. It's my understanding that in other cities like Key West, Florida, and Treasure Island, Florida, where rental rights were restricted, those cities have suffered millions and millions of dollars in litigation and restitution costs. Certainly, while Mr. Anderson indicates the city has the authority to change zoning laws, I would hope that since I am a taxpayer, the city would first explore other less severe options to cure the complaints associated and recommended by Mr. Slaughter's memo in regards to noise, trash, and parking, instead of going after restricting the zoning rights initially. Thank you.
Thank you.